Welcome back, everybody. Today we're purchasing my first ever and OPM's, which is my first alliance on Star Trek Fleet Command 1. And here on the show is a very, very special guest, which has been a trustworthy, my bestest friend. Now, not only in the game, but in real life. Felix Baldic. Welcome to the show. And if you're wondering what my name is, I'm Phung. So, I hope this is recording. How you doing, Felix? I know it's kind of late where you are.
Not too bad, Mike.
Alright, that's great. I hope this sound comes out right. So, let's go ahead and purchase this and see if it goes to the next account. And yours. Tell me if it comes through. It might take a few seconds. So we're gonna go to the Borg. I gotta click on the right one, but they're all highlighted next to each other. So it's the one with the yellow
Border.
yeah, border. I was about to say frame. That's the same thing. So it says limit 1x per day. You really do have a limit once a day, but we'll see how long the timer is. But some things are 24 hours and some are like 22 hours. And I think I've heard Sync say on this channel it's like 23 hours for him. So maybe the European thing is like in between the numbers. I don't know. But I'm in the APAC server, which is supposed to be Asia, Pacific, and Australia's in there, and New Zealand's probably in there. Whatever. And Russia's in here. I'm guessing. But whatever. So let's give it a try. So I have 375. Oh my god, Wally just hit me again. We'll deal with him later. 375.
G'day, Wally.
Yeah, good day, Wally. God help you the most. My God, I even prayed for him. Bard Tech Salvage earned from special events. So 375. That's the Borg. Sorry, I said Bark. Borg Tech Salvage. I'm a little tired, but I feel really great. And so it says you get guaranteed just one Borg transwarp cell. Now you can stay with your VDAR as long as you want. Now there's not like a fuel, but the only thing besides you clicking on the thing to leave that will take you out of the system is another player hitting you. So you got to be careful. So, Borg transwarp cell X Alliance GIF. So let's just one or 1x. So let's try it. We're gonna click on the one chest. There's only one chest open right now, and usually there's two other buttons. But I think players all want to be able to choose their number someday, which they're trying to test, enable, and finish that work. Now the presets make sometimes the software more stable, makes it easier for people to do it, especially on devices that have a touch screen. So that's the main reason, or the major reason they do that. So but this is still kind of like a beta, so there's a lot of work on this game that wants to be done. And if you want to help, prepare to be a contractor for scoping. That's my best recommendation. Even the positions you see advertised for them will actually, here's the clock for the event store. They still need a lot of help.
Comes up on the alliance,
Button.
go under rewards,
And rewards.
and claim it.
And you claim it. Good. So it did go through for you. So
Yeah.
I want to make sure everybody on the list gets it. I'm just afraid that people don't log in before that 9 days and 22 hours won't receive it. But hopefully we'll be able to re-enable this. Because my hope is we can rerun this event, even custom versions of the event, just for fun. A quick few minutes, just to relive the nostalgia, maybe show the next generations what we used to have. All right, so that's it. That's the Borg transwarp cell. I guess I could run the second emulator real quick. So if you go to the LD multiplayer control panel here, I've set these up so and each one is registered to a different Google account.
Okay, even if you don't have your Vita activated yet, you can still get into the Borg system.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I don't know. We can defeat the cube though. Does it cost you like a silver or white Borg transwarp token?
I haven't clicked the to travel, but
Yeah,
I have that second mission that's inside the Borg system.
yeah. Does it give you that counter in the corner? Because like on
You know,
my
the long way from
yeah. Well, at least it
mission.
works. Yeah, I know that system.
And
Yeah,
you got the Borg probe inside that Borg system.
right.
It's 296 power. And if I click near it, it says not in system, but you got the go option to travel there.
Right. Well, that's interesting to know. No, it's good to know about that. Thanks for telling us. So, hope you guys all heard that. So, actually, you could stock up on like a second set of VDAR prints. That was something I thought about. And build 2 VDARs if you really want to do that. Some people like that option, you know, because they got everything else, and that's the one they want most. So, no, things getting stuck.
Yeah, it does. When you go out to click on the system from the outside,
Yeah,
it asks you for the one token to enter.
right.
Yeah, I'm not going to use it, but it does give you the option from the outside.
Yeah, we get to the last day of the Borg event, and let's say we don't make that VDAR deadline. I didn't make it on the first 2 Borg events, Felix. There was like a VDAR thing I couldn't do, some missions I couldn't do without the VDAR, so I just stopped there. Actually, it's no big deal, you know. It's just one ship that'll actually you'll come back to it. There's still another Borg event after that. It's like the Borg Showdown or something. So next month they'll probably launch it. This month it was launched, I think, like on the 6th day at night. So in the U.S. server it might be launched like on the 5th, but I'm not sure if they're launching on the same days. But their videos are up. It seems like almost at the same time as us. So. But I'll have to ask those guys over there, and I might actually register another account on the U.S. servers to see what's going on that side. So, say hello to the guys like now on Shell and Rev. And I hope they're not like Wally. His name flashed on the video, Felix, in red. And PIF Wally, you know, and then something on my side, like my Horizon, just got killed, I think. Or destroyed, so yeah.
Yeah, so I said, hello, Wally.
Yeah, hi Wally, we love you, but you really need to stop. Like, I can't handle what he's doing anymore. It's just driving me nuts. Now it's the combine. If it was only him, it wouldn't be so bad, right? You know, but if everything else was good or perfect or great, you know, it wouldn't be so bad. It's just all of this combined, like the flight delay, you know, all the work kind of in the air, all this other stuff. So,
Yeah, did I give you a new date yet when you can travel?
they gave us several dates, but we missed the first 2 flights. So there's still flights going out. So international. So if you look at the timetables, they're still selling tickets through different Asian countries now, and they're still flying on some just in like.
When I look at Pacific, they got nothing all the way to August. There's still nothing.
Yeah.
But when I look at AirAsia, which is another company owned in the Philippines.
Yeah, I've seen that plane. These planes fly over Vietnam airspace or
Yeah.
Asian airspace.
Well,
Yeah.
they tend to go through Malaysia.
hmm Yeah, some of their flights are
So,
scheduled through Malaysia. Some go
yeah.
over into Vietnam. They actually land at Saigon International. So,
Well, generally when going to Philippines, I generally do a stopover in Malaysia, and then you catch the next plane to the Philippines.
right.
Um, the they're showing flights in July to go to the Philippines,
Yeah. Well, I'd probably give it a
but
few days.
they've doubled the fucking price. The price is normally I can get a ticket for around 350,
Yeah, you
and
come
at the
back.
moment they're
I'd come
asking.
back and check the prices. The other thing is, if you have a good few travel agents, see if they can find you a better ticket price. So they
Well,
also
at the
can do it
moment
for
they're
you.
asking 700, and they're the only flights that I can find going there.
That's how much I pay to get from Texas to here, but that's round trip.
Yeah,
I've never had a
it's
flight cheaper
oh
than
yeah,
that.
that's round trip that I'm quoting.
hmm With in-flight meals
But
and snacks and some of that money
yeah,
goes to the airport, so I get frisked by TSA included.
well around I normally do off around 350 to 400,
Oh, really? You get it there?
but
Really? All the way from Australia to the Philippines for 350, and it's like two flights?
yeah, but I normally
Wow.
go direct. I normally go
Oh, you're going
straight to the
directly.
Philippines.
Oh, that's even better, man. I wish there was a straight flight, but it'd be like if we didn't land and go to the airports at the transfer airports on the itinerary, we'd probably be in the air nonstop for about, I think 16 to 18, maybe 19 hours at most. So,
Yeah, say direct flight from Sydney to Ninoy International Airport in Manila is 8 hours or 7 hours 50 minutes roughly.
right.
And when you go to stopovers through Malaysia, you can lose a day.
Really, it's one of those long ones. See, like Korean Airlines has that flight, but they have a really long
Sometimes you
delay
got
too.
like
Yeah.
an 8 to 10 hour wait for the fucking
Yeah.
changeover to the next plane.
Yeah, that's the same problem with the Korean Airlines flight. It's cheaper. It's like 500 something dollars. But the problem is you
Yeah.
have to stay there for like almost 9 hours. Yeah. So.
Well, normally the AirAsia is cheaper than Cebu Pacific, but at the moment they're charging double, and July's not guaranteed, but they're booking flights for July, and I don't trust them
Yeah,
to refund the money. So,
yeah, if it says non-refundable and all that, it's kind of a
well, I
pain.
don't trust them because they reckon that they got, uh, like if the flights can't fly, they'll rebook it for free and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's supposed to be that way. They already pre-charged us ahead of time, so they're getting interest.
Well, I heard the same thing
So
from Cebu Pacific, and they screwed me. So
yeah, you have to talk to the
after
right.
that, I went,
Yeah, you gotta talk to the right
after that,
people in
I
the
didn't
company.
trust the airline.
I know, but that
I
second
was
person,
spoken to fucking everyone in that company.
really, it's still that bad. That's sad.
Yeah,
Freaking.
I've spoken to accountants, I've spoken to fucking managers, I've spoken to fucking head of the departments and all
hmm
different fucking people, but they all promise the same shit, but none of them deliver.
Yeah, that's bad. Well, hopefully we can find the right person to help you with that. And also, we need our own
Oh, there's I'm not
password and
joking with you.
IDs on
I've
that
read
to help
probably
our own
over.
accounts here. Yeah.
Well, I've read on their web, like on Cebu Pacific Post and shit like that. I've read over 1,000 different fucking Philippine people complaining where's their refund and they're not getting their refunds back, and you know they're really slamming the airline. They're saying stop putting up posts about being good and stuff like that and start returning people's money.
Yeah.
So for them it's a big loss compared to me because their wages are so small over there. But money's money. If they got a return policy due to the COVID-19 fucking circumstances, they should be honouring it, not just ignoring everybody.
Yeah.
I went through one post, there was over 1,000 comments.
Yeah, I can see all of them. I've read through many of those too. Yeah, it's the same major mistakes on that. Like I told you, they're not checking when those passengers aren't showing up at the airport and there's a list, and instead they just go home, or they're like, I'll do it tomorrow, and they try to do it, they do half the list. And the other part that they're not automatically giving full refunds.
I was spoken to managers and that, and they say, yeah, we'll process it in 2 or 3 days. You'll have the refund back in your credit card. Check it then, and never happens.
Mm.
2, 3 days later, you ring them up. I rang them up fucking nearly 1 month straight, every 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, I had the same issue with some of the funds. The other thing is with the credit card company, I can't access my accounts too. That's always a fun pain in the ass.
That's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna go
yeah, just flag it as fraudulent. That's all. It's stolen, fraudulent, unauthorized.
So. Go to the credit card company. No, I won't flag it as fraudulent.
There's some fraudulent. Yeah, there's some fraudulent activity.
And can they cancel that payment and retrieve the funds?
Yeah, they can put in the order to start it. Yeah.
Yeah, and once they get a reply back from the airline that the tickets weren't used, then they'll just rip the funds back out of the airline's account.
Right.
No, there's nothing the airline can do about it. Because I've done it before. I had to do it once before with some. Actually, I had to do it with AirAsia. Actually, that's why I stopped flying for AirAsia.
Yeah, I've never used AirAsia, but I want to go on them just to see if it's any better.
They're another budget airline. I wouldn't really recommend them.
They're not
to
that
be
good.
honest, it's not that comfortable and.
Yeah, it's the same problem. That's a work that we need to work on, like the seating arrangement. Like it's too close, especially the rows.
Like Malaysian Airlines.
That's better.
And their hostesses and that, they're a lot stewardesses, I should say. They're a lot more professional. All the services are there. You got everything that you need. Plus, all meals are included, and everything's done properly. You don't have
the food's gotten, overall the food's gotten better on airplanes in the last 20 years. I remember I've flown almost all my life, and it was pretty bad back in the early 2000s and 90s. You remember the food on the airplanes back then? It was the same price for the ticket, but the food was like,
Yeah, I find the snack trolleys are actually better than pre-ordered meals.
Yeah, sometimes they are. But some of that stuff they use, the problem is they don't have like a, good inspections on the food, and also the quality is a little too low on some of the food. So.
I was watching about the food preparation for the airlines. And
I've seen that video too. Uh-huh.
foods.
Oh,
They're
you seen the one
prepared
for
up
the?
to a week before sometimes.
Yeah, see that time that they use ahead of time is too far. That's why I'm telling
Yeah,
you, like on
yeah,
the new,
that's the problem.
yeah, the new airplanes, they need some pre-prepared, but they need the time to be shorter, but they need a place in the airport to make the food. Right now, the company that makes the food is all the way, you know what I mean? Like the space between all the different places is a little too far, so.
Well, I really wish like Eddie had would fly to the Philippines because I'd pay the extra to go there first class because I'd love to try out that suit that they got with the bed
Yeah. The other thing is they need
and
to
all
open it
that
up
in it.
where you can bring your own food, you know what I mean? Like if it's packed properly,
Oh, see,
so.
Cebu Pacific, you can take your own food on there. So when I
Oh,
come back
see?
from the Philippines,
Oh, that's nice. Like we
I
can't bring our
can
own food in the U.S. It's like they try to confiscate all your fresh food or whatever. You gotta
when you get to
freaking, a couple of
Australia, you
stupid
can't.
TSA agents like argue with you, like, oh, you can't bring food in the airport. I'm like, we sell food. There's food on the airport. I need food to live. I paid my part of your salary, sir. You want me to pull out the
Uh,
accounting, I can show it.
you'll
So,
have that problem in Australia as well,
yeah, they
but
like think
on the
food's
flight.
dangerous. I'm like, what do you want me to eat it in front of you? You want to bite? Here. It's really food. There's nothing in. You want to put it
Yeah,
through the X-ray machine? There's nothing in the food. Here, I'll put it in the
but
machine.
what I generally do is instead of like ordering something to eat on the plane, I'll go to like one of the food chains there, like Chowking or something like that, and you can basically get um, like a fried rice sort of thing, or you can get noodles, or you can get pancit, or you can get something decent in like container size to carry on to the plane, so you got decent meals to eat.
Yeah, see, that's the
The only
restriction that.
the only request that they make is that you don't take fruit like Duran on the
Yeah, of
plane because of
course.
the
Like,
smell.
yeah, like freaking seafood, weird stuff like, that stinks, thousand-year-old eggs, anything that has too much smell. Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah, that's all. That's the only request that they got is that you don't have anything too pungent.
Yeah, that's
But
that's normal.
as for pre-packaged meals or a meal you brought at the airport and you put in a container to take with you on the plane, that
Yeah,
I have an issue with.
yeah, and then you just eat it right away, so the smell doesn't go through the whole section of the plane. So
Oh yeah, yeah. Just no, you just wait till it takes off and. Like I generally catch a red eye back to Australia, so when you take off, as soon as it gets to its altitude, they'll start serving the meals,
right.
and I'll just get stuck into whatever I bring onto the plane, and then I've got another sealed container with it's got a rubber seal in the lid, so
Right.
no smell can escape, and I'll keep that for me breakfast meal, and I'll have me breakfast meal. But on the way there, because Australia's strict with food to take food out, you can't really do that sort of thing. So I generally just get airplane meals on the way there.
See, that's real nice. Like all the TSA agents, and it's not written anywhere. I've never seen a document passed by Congress on this or anything. And even if it's passed by Congress, no, we should be able to bring our food. So, and sometimes
Yeah, you
so
make the same issue here in Australia,
yeah, it's this weird underwritten
Um,
outlaw, illegal shit they're doing. So
90% of food products you can't fucking bring into Australia.
yeah, it's hard. Like
Or
you can put
even
candy in your pocket.
seeds.
Sometimes I gotta put like little candy so I can
Like,
get some blood
like
sugar.
the candies you can get away with, baby
Yeah,
formula, they
yeah,
don't care about.
yeah.
But if you try and bring in seeds, like, from a star fruit
Well,
tree or
yeah, the
something like
seeds you
that,
have to, well, you have to do it right. Like they have to be put in like we carried seeds, but they were ones that were commercially package, you know, and in a sealed
No,
container.
they don't even want you to
So,
bring commercially packaged ones into Australia. That's how stupid they are here.
see, that's stupid. It has freaking a company name and a serial bar and a code, and it's all
Yeah,
sealed and
oh,
stuff.
dude,
Like you
our
can actually find it on
quarantine
the
is,
internet. Yeah, they don't even check on it.
yeah,
So that's weird. They
our
just try to take it
quarantine's
out.
over the top.
Oh, they're trying to quarantine everything now.
Oh,
The frick.
even dried fish that you can buy already pre-packaged in plastic bags that are
Yeah,
sealed and everything like that.
yeah,
They don't even want you to bring that shit back in or nothing like that, you know? So, fuck, it's a bit stupid sometimes.
yeah. See, that's the thing. We gotta privatize part of the airport. You know, those agents were only at the front, and at the end, when you go out, you're just free to go, and you can get your car directly there. Now they're not allowing us to park there too. Like, there's like a no
Yeah, but
parking.
the stupid thing is they say, oh, it's border protection, right?
Oh, they always say
But
that crap.
you
Yeah.
can bring a fucking, if you import a container under an import license, you
Yeah,
can
it's the
pack a
same.
container full of that
I
shit
know it's the
and you can
same.
bring it into the country.
Yeah, it's the same exact same seed, but just like a huge amount because it's going through channels where there's, you know, it's there's not a lot of people at the port. I'm like, freaking, there's and only one day, you know, there's a few like
No,
dozen
no,
people. So
you can actually write down a real description and tell the truth and everything, and you can import it via a fucking 20-ton container
yeah, we've done it
and
before
fill
with
the
some
whole
raw.
thing up.
Yeah, we had to pay a lot of
And
fees
then
though.
when you
So
and then when you come through a fucking
taxes,
airport
fees,
with just
shipping.
one fucking bag, and they carry on, they want to take just the food off you from one bag. You think, oh fuck, mate, I can import a whole container of this shit, and you want one bags full?
Yeah, well, they need.
Huh?
The Supreme Court has already passed a law on that in America. We're allowed to carry that stuff. And, you know, if it's really just seeds for your garden, like, and you need that, or seeds to grow medicinal foods, right? Medicine foods to help you. And that's what most people do. Or even if they sell it, you know, on eBay or something, that's only a few dollars. So it's not a lot of value, and it's their property. I don't understand how some kind of agent tries to steal that because a lot of those guys are caught, Felix, when people report them. They do track them down. There's a list of who worked every day, what hour, what flight they worked, what item they took out. You know what I mean? So they have to return that shit that are on
Oh,
or
here at our
and the
airports,
money.
everything's
So
fucking video camera, date stamped, and fucking everything.
yeah,
So
it's
if I
better that way.
complain,
Yeah, but it's better that way.
they can check
Because
it
when
out
you go
properly.
old school and you don't have any cameras, no photos, no documentation, it's worse, man. That's how it is in communist Vietnam right now. So a lot of stuff's going missing, but you can't. There's
Oh,
no
you
camera,
mate,
so
when you go
and no
through
witness too.
immigration,
So
you don't even need to talk to anybody in the government. They know you're back in the country automatically from immigration.
right.
I mean, it's like within half an hour, it's already reported to all the government systems as soon as your passport hits it.
Yeah, it's in a network. It's on the computer. Yeah, on the government's
Yeah,
computer system.
we've got electronic chip in our passports here in Australia.
Yeah, we have the same one.
So a lot of times, yeah, you can just go through certain gates and that to get out the airport without even fucking speaking to anybody.
Yeah, that's kind of nice. It actually gives back our freedom, right? Versus going to the weird agents.
Oh,
So
well, when I come back into Australia, and if I'm just carrying a carry-on, I can be from
yeah,
a plane
yeah, of course. You're
to
carrying
get out of the
nothing.
whole
But if
airport.
you're carrying nothing, shouldn't you get
But,
some of the money on your ticket back because you're charged for two luggages? You know what I mean? And they're supposed to be at least
oh no, I just
a
pay for
dollar a
the
kilo
what's the
or
name?
$2 a kilo.
Yeah, I
So
don't pay for luggage. I just take a carry-on with me.
yeah, but on your ticket there's an allowance which is included in your ticket price. So the breakdown for that is
No, we should be specific. If you want to take extra luggage to check in, then you pay extra.
yeah, and it depends on the airline, depends on the fee.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
But
kind of
when we,
weird
like,
because not
when I
every
come
box
back
is
to
the same weight
Australia,
or
and
size.
we, to, from me to walk off the plane to walk out of the airport, I can be out within 15 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, I miss when I had
When I
trips
bring
like
my
that.
missus and my missus had to go through quarantine and we had to get a bag and all that off the fucking, turnstile and all that bullshit. It took us nearly an hour.
Yeah, that's normal for me. I never get out of the airport, but we're always got at least 6 boxes weighing a total of about 60 something kilos. So they're always full, you know. So, 'cause we
Oh
have,
yeah, we done.
well, we got a lot
When
of,
she came last time,
well,
we
we're here
done
for
two
really,
check-in bags,
yeah, we're
about
here.
50 kilos.
I know, but the location we're in, we're not in the best area, closest to the major markets in this area. But there's not enough markets in this area, and the local ones aren't well stocked. You know, um, I know you had the same problem in the Philippines, but the other thing is like we have to have extra equipment and tools, sometimes medical supplies. So for ourselves, but for also the people we help here, like that what is it, Mrs. Hoya here, Hoya Win is her full name. I've seen her driver's license once. It's registered in one of my databases. Felix, I just haven't used my EID yet. But, yeah, she actually asks for medicine sometimes, but she can't find good pills in this area. Or good prescription, good over the counter, and sometimes not even the trees, you know. Like you'd think Vietnam has like a whole set of seeds.
The quality of our medicine to what they have in Asia is a lot better.
Yeah, I've heard. I've never actually had Australian medicine yet, but I'm sure it's more trustworthy than at least
What I meant
half of
by
Asia.
ours, I meant Western.
Yeah,
What I meant is Western medicine is a lot better. It's not filled up with all the extra fillers and all that.
yeah, the good Western medicine.
It's got more active.
Yeah, the good ones.
It's got more active ingredients in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. It is. It is. It is more active, like ibuprofen and your Panadol. You have Panadol in that country? It's called Panadol here.
Yeah.
But in America, we don't have Panadol. Our brand name is called Tylenol. But Tylenol has had the most.
Tylenol or paracetamol.
Yeah, that's the other name. That's the actually pharmaceutical name. But
Yeah.
but whatever. It's all the same stuff. But in America, we
Yeah,
use.
it's called Tylenol in the Philippines too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like in the U.S., we use
Yeah.
Tylenol, and then we use Advil. And there's actually a Walmart brand
Yeah, we got Advil here as well.
that's from the company Equate, but they just label it as like
Yes.
ibuprofen. So yeah, so I'm gonna check the alliance here because on this video I want to show. So yeah, that's a whole important issue. You know, it's something that we all have to work. Each of us work on a little after we sleep and eat, right?
Oh, like
And eat and sleep.
one of my missus's actually more than one of her cousins suffers asthma, and when I go over I take Ventolin and that, and the Ventolin
All right.
puffers that we take compared to the puffers that they got there, their puffer will last 1 week, and they're taking that all the time because the dosage is weak.
Yeah.
And I'll
So
give them, I'll take a puff and it'll last them a month.
right. So here's the Borg trans warp cell. It came out on my level 20, not 20 shit, level 14 account. So the Borg trans warp cell did come through. I just claimed it. It says this token will expire after the conclusion of the Borg event. So, but you can use it to travel to the Mega Cube. It looks different as an Alliance gift. In the store, it looks more golden. So I guess with the frame around it, it looks more gold. So I'm glad that works. I just hope everybody can claim it and then we can use it, because we only have about 9 days, Felix. So we gotta, to be good.
Well, they should see the alliance button flashing, and if they see that and they click on that, then it shows gift. And if they go into the gift, I should get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably gonna put it in the alliance chat.
Yay! I just got Fortnite for free from PlayStation.
I've always heard about that game.
Gig.
Yeah, it's huge, right? It's like oversized. So.
Well, the actual game itself is, I think it was 8 or 9 gig. And there must be another pack after it. It's like 30 gig. I don't know if I got the hard drive space on the PlayStation for it. I guess I'll find out.
Yep. So it seems like that's working. That's good. I'm just gonna run my refinery real quick. So Fortnite, I've actually seen videos of that game, like in the game channels on YouTube and Vimeo, and they probably have their own website. I've never been on there. It looks pretty fun, but it reminds me of there's like a cartoony version of something Heroes. You remember that, like Battlefield Heroes?
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you maybe seen that game. It's like cartoon characters with oversized upper bodies running around with a gun. So that's what I remember it looked like. Is that the same Fortnite you got, or is it different Fortnite?
Yeah, it's the same picture at the start of it, but it says Battle Pass Chapter 2 Season 2.
Yeah, there's different chapters. Huh, I didn't know that. I thought it was just the same game. There's just many different versions of that game, so it should be interesting to see. Off of PlayStation?
Yeah, from PlayStation Store.
Yeah, Sony's doing pretty good this year, Felix, Since the first day of the year, they're still up. So, when we're talking about their stock, that company's been around for a long time, even before they ever had a gaming system, So.
Oh yeah, because you had I remember back to the Sony Walkman,
Yeah, remember that? I was about to say that. I was gonna say the Sony CD player.
Before that, Sony was doing microphones and recording equipment.
Yep,
and
they do. They have like a Sony mixer, almost every electronic that you can think of. So Sony TVs are probably the one most people remember. We had at least one or two of them. So I hope the one I left in Washington is still there with Lucas Dental. So he's the guy who is paying payments on the house after we remortgaged it to him. So through the bank, of course. So our multiple banks. Because his bank and our bank were different banks. So but I also had a lot of other Sony stuff. I had a Sony PlayStation 1. I always hope to find it someday. I don't carry that with me. It'd be fun to carry gaming systems. I hope we can import, some new ones and good, like the stuff we have in eBay America or eBay USA. They have a lot of good stuff, man. It's like collection, and every time I bought
link an Epic Games account to access your program. Oh, fuck that. Don't worry about my Epic account.
Yeah, I'm gonna sign up for one, but I'm gonna do it later. I'm not gonna do it tonight. I just want to see if the download works.
If I link my current one, I'll fuck it. Because I had a lot of arguments with Epic, and I've taken a bit of money back off them.
Yeah, well, you deserve a full refund if you're, you know, if it doesn't work right and you're not happy at all. So,
I had a lot of issues in
yeah, and there's all the
um,
issues.
with Final Fantasy,
Yeah, is that Final
and
Fantasy
then
15 or
them
something?
selling packs, and then like you get the pack, and some of the shit wouldn't be in the pack that they were selling. And
Yeah,
then you'd write the support, and the support didn't want to give it to you, so I'd go back to the credit card company and get the credit card company to rip it back out of their account.
yeah, it's your money. Like I say, if you're not happy, it can be flagged at any time. So, just later
But
on.
I'd either get, first I'd go to Google, and then if Google didn't want to do anything about it, then I'd get the credit card company to do it.
Yeah, that's the way to get it done, yeah.
Sometimes Google would take their side. I'd say, fucking, yeah, if it's in the pack and it's listed,
I know.
fuck, I expect it, you know?
Well, those people think A, I can get away with doing that now. B, um, they think if they hold the money, they're making more money. Actually, they're not making any money holding flagged money in an account. It's actually two different currencies being held in two different machines. It's just one enables the other one. And so, actually, if we get our own enabler, we don't need um, those guys to help us anymore. I hope we get to that. So, where I have my own administrative power in my account, you know what I mean? So, it'd be stricter control. So, because when it's flagged and the item's returned and or it's been significantly damaged or it's not the right item, it needs to be refunded. And, whatever the owner needs and wants is more important than any customer service agent or manager or even the CEO. You know what I mean? So they shouldn't be able to bypass you. But when they're trying to keep the money in the fund,
Dirty bastards.
yeah, it's dirty.
They give you access to the game, but
Yeah.
to be able to play the game, you need a battle pass to get into it, and the cheapest one's $15.
Yeah, see, that stuff wasn't checked out at the beginning of the game. Also, the ones that the software test engineers get, it's a different version of the game that's free of the of kind of the financial test software they're using on there. So
Dirty bastards, they know what they're doing.
they do, but they don't understand what they're doing, right? They know it, but they don't understand it. That's the bad part. If they understood, they'd be like, "Oh, wait a minute,
No, they
we're
give
gonna
you
do
the
this."
game for free, but you're still going to pay for a battle pass to get into the game to play it.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't pay it if you don't need it. So there's so many other free games or games we've already paid off. Everybody's bought copies. Like the first Command Conquer games, they're giving those for free. Back to the Future from Telltale, those games is officially free, straight from their website. I think. And yeah, that's a PC game, but that's also probably on other platforms. I don't know which one. I haven't been on their site. I used to go to their site. I'm mostly a PC gamer, even though I've owned a few Nintendos and even had a 64 for a while when I was in my like fourth year of college. So, but it was a used one. It wasn't brand new. So, it was good in good condition though. It worked perfectly and was clean. So I actually played with my roommate a few times. It was really fun to play. So I forgot what game I had. So I was so busy that year. So, but yeah, the thing where they try to hold your money and make it tough for you to call back, and then the next time you call, it's still them, and they refuse to to let you talk to their manager, and then you gotta file like extra crud, and then you have to like try to track down your own money, and sometimes it's just a small amount. My God, most people, their games are less than $100 for like a whole year. Sometimes, that was always like my budget. So, and most of the time I didn't reach that budget. I'd used to play game demo summers. Those are all for free. You gotta try the.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
people are pumping like 10 or 20 grand into a fucking game in a year.
Yeah. Well, those guys probably get a kickback or something, you know what I mean? So, they're on the other side of the card, too.
Well,
So.
they just want to be right at the top, and they pay whatever they have to be there.
Yeah, that's true. Some of them do that, but some of those guys are like on Twitch, and some of them are on YouTube, and so they're trying to practice for those game tournaments. But some of those people are actually professional gamers already, so like you aren't aware, and they might not tell you they are, but they are. So.
Well, that's what I wanted to do, was do a setup like that. That's why I got my gaming machine.
Yeah. Well, you should run your
I was
own.
going to get a lot of engineering and go into
I know.
professional gaming.
Yeah, but you should run your own tournament right in where you are in Australia. Sorry, I can't say your city's name well. I have trouble pronouncing it. But and I'm in. If you're wondering,
it's easy. I'll teach you a shortcut to it. You know how you get in to wash yourself, a bath?
Yeah, it's like Bath
Then Hearst.
and Hearst, like a Hearst
Yeah.
Ghostbuster car,
Yeah,
right? Like
Hearst.
that's the one I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds so easy now when you say it, but I can repeat it. But I've never heard.
That's the easiest way to break it up, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds about right to me.
It's the first inland city in Australia
Right.
that was ever built when Australia was getting settled.
Oh, is
And there
that?
was major gold rushes and shit like that around here, and
Yeah.
now basically what it is, it's a home of motor racing in Australia.
That's kind of cool. I've never been in a city like that. Like I always hear about the Indianapolis. I've never been in that city. 500, Indy 500 or whatever in Florida. I saw a clip of. I've been to Florida State twice, but I never saw that track. I saw.
We have a few big races up here every year. The town itself's got a couple of 100,000 people, but when the races are on, we can get over 500,000 people just come into the town just for the races.
Yeah, definitely tens of thousands into the hundreds of thousands.
You would have seen that guy when he said where he was, what town in Queensland and stuff like that. I didn't even tell him what state, I just said the town because everyone in Australia knows Bathurst.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, it's because it's local knowledge. It's just most Americans, if I ask, okay, where is Bathurst, Australia?
Unless I were geared, like in the cars and racing and that.
Yeah.
Then they might know, but otherwise they wouldn't have an idea.
Yeah, I don't think they would know. Most people would know. I'm sure a few people would know because maybe they've been there, or they've seen it on the map, or they read about it. Or
you got to be into car. You got to be into car racing, like right into it.
Yeah. No,
If you're right into it, you know.
Yeah, I'm not.
Like how I know about Indianapolis and Daytona and stuff
Daytona.
like that.
See, now I can't remember the names well. My memory is not that good, I feel like sometimes.
Oh, no, because that's my thing. I've been in racing for many years.
Yeah, so you actually...
Until I had my missus and kid, and then I stopped racing. And
I know, but you'll come back to that.
Oh, no, mate. Like, it's not, I don't consider it dangerous, but accidents can happen. And I wouldn't like to get in an accident where I'd fucking either be dead or, you know, quadriplegic or something like that, and not be good for the missus and kid.
Yeah. You ever like running? Like,
Uh,
like just doing
huh?
a foot. You ever like running or doing a foot race or doing bumper cars? That's pretty fun too. That's
I
fast now
used to
with the
be
new
the
ones.
state. I used to be the state champion for cross country when I was young.
Oh wow. So you were really quick. So
Yeah, yeah.
that was
Used to be a bit of an athlete. I
yeah.
also held a high jump record when I was year six, so kindergarten, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth.
You're six, so
So
sixth grade.
when I was 12 years old, I had the high jump record for my age group.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, in high school, I think the world record at the time when I was in high school was 9.8 seconds for 100 meters.
Right.
I think I could do 100 meters in 10.4.
Yeah, that's very good. I was probably pretty close to
Yeah,
that
that's
time.
fucking quick, mate. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very fast.
Well, when I was young, I was pretty fast too. I could have gotten to that, but I was more of a team sport basketball player, mostly basketball. So I actually ran in the league for 5 years, and then my last year we were first place in the season. So
I used to play baseball, I used to play football, I used to play basketball, played a little bit of volleyball. Um, yeah, I used to play a lot of different sports when I was in school.
yeah, I played a lot of basketball mostly. I played other sports here and there, but it wasn't a lot of other stuff. So I wanted to play soccer sometimes, but I didn't have a soccer ball when I came to Washington. But we had a soccer ball in
Out of
Alaska.
school, I
So
used to play for a for a for a league team,
yeah,
and then when I turned 16, I used to get paid to play.
yeah, you told me about that once. I remember the story that you were paid to play, and that was pretty cool. I never got to that point because I usually just worked a summer job and I just played for fun, you know. So
I was just, you know, because they want the good players, they give you like a little wage. It wasn't anything massive, but not like these days what athletes get. But back then it was helpful.
yeah, the few thousands that get the highest salary, they're actually businessmen. Like their contract makes them do a lot of stuff. Now they have to like help sell tickets and help advertise and help promote the company.
Mate,
So, so they're
if when I was young,
yeah,
if if when I was young, you know, they were paying what they pay these fucking days.
I know, but you're
You
like a
know, I would
damn.
have become a professional soccer player.
I know, but you're like a damn slave, man. Like they make you owe so much money, and to take that dollar, you know, a million a month or whatever, is so much extra work. It's not worth it. Like it's nicer just to have a
When you
few thousand a month and sleep.
when you play
So
for passion, like when you play for passion, you don't really feel like a slave, if you know what I mean.
yeah, yeah, I know what you mean.
Because
That's
we used
different.
to train 3 times a week, and then you know used to play on weekends, and used to enjoy it. It was good.
Yeah, well, our church league was
Like
like that.
I said, the
We didn't
money.
get paid to play, but we paid
Like
in.
when I was young,
So,
you couldn't make a career out of it like you can these days.
oh, you can make
Like
anything a
even
career if
cricket,
you're creative and patient. You
like
know,
even cricket or football in Australia these days, that these cunts don't need to work. when I was growing up, all the players used to have to work and then play for a league team.
Yeah, a lot of Olympic players
But
and
these days
professionals.
they don't need to have a job
Yeah, that's
because the
only the.
fucking sport pays.
I know, but those are only the privileged people. But like a lot of Olympic players still have to have a day job, like the curling ones and the people that are like average people. They're really great athletes too. It's just they don't have like the huge, salaries and sponsors and giant leagues that sell tens of thousands of tickets every game. Like the guys in the NBA, like LeBron James. There's no game that he goes to that he has less than 10,000 tickets pre-sold. Every ticket is sold, like six
Yeah, but
months to
Olympics you
at least
can't
a
be
week.
professional. That's the difference.
Yeah, that's one of the difference, yeah. But it's still one of the professional leagues of the world. Same thing with like the World Games, the Sea Games, the Nationals. They're all different levels, I understand, and there's a lot of differences. But like their sponsorship for like curling and stuff, it's non-existent. But that's like one of the newer games, and few people ever watch it. They're still broadcast though, but they try to record every game now. Like I watched when the Beijing game was just completely broadcasted from free, and I watched it from my computer, directly from the Olympics website. So it worked really good. And I was hoping they
Yeah.
keep that system. I don't know if you remember that. That was back in 2008 in the summer. So, and there was actually a contest where Japan Airlines was giving this year 50,000 tickets. I tried to enter it. I registered for a JAL and I had the whatever VIP member card sent back to Texas. So, so if you're listening,
Well,
Conroe,
it's going to be pushed back to
I need my
next year
mail.
apparently now. Anyway.
Yeah, it's delayed, but the deadline is that they have to finish before the end of 2021, is what I read, and the official
Yeah.
statement. So they can't like go all the way to 2022 and try to make it still Olympics, or they just got to skip a year. Like what happened in the 40s. It's like years I think where they skipped
Yeah.
it. Yeah, there was like 2 or 3 Olympics that were skipped because of the World War II. Probably the same thing happened in World War One. So
You might find that that it might get
world
fucking
peace.
the competition might be restarted for the tickets and that again.
Yeah,
So you still might have a ticket to get them.
yeah. Well, it was a contest where you had to register, and then when you came in, so I got that far. I went to the site, but then it said like one day you only have 200 entries that they can accept. I wasn't the first 200 because I logged in late. So, but I had pre-registered my card. I still have my number and a screenshot of my ANA Airlines. It has my full name and everything on it. So, and then I was trying to get my girl to register it. I'm like, ask everybody to register it. Like one of us out of like 100 people win, but you can get like up to 6 tickets. The other 2 we can buy. I mean, I still have like 2 tickets full paid on my cards that if I got the refunds, I could purchase the tickets myself for the other 2 people to Japan. But the tickets from like Vietnam to Japan are really cheap because it's close. It's only like a 4-hour flight. So that's on a slow 2-engine jet plane. Like the ones in the future will get there in freaking like 10 minutes. Actually, some of them can do it today. Like the Concorde, at full speed, could get there in probably like less than 30 minutes. So it was flown right and built stronger. But that 2-engine design I don't like. You heard me complain about it. I have to go at least minimum of 5 to 10. So I don't trust 2 jet engines. Same thing with the wheels. So 10's better. So the thing where the head of the plane only has this, you know what I mean? And it has to be wider. The thing where it's just like a stick flying into the air. I'm like, does that look right to anybody? It looks like a giant loaf of French bread or like a freaking breadstick going through the air. And then we wonder why we have damage on the airplanes. I've never seen a plane crash. I know they can crash. I've never been in one. it's not a very,
I've never
stable
been in a
design.
crash, but I've even flown in single engine planes and
Yeah, they always use
I
the
don't know.
weird term that it's more aerodynamic. I'm like, it's not. Like any shape can fly through. Like birds aren't shaped like that. They can still fly the same speed, you know. So like some birds are kind of like a circle, and some are kind of like a ball, and it still goes at the same speed because the power is enough to cut through the air. That's all. You got enough power, you go the same speed as anybody else. This stuff where it has to be like a stick because it's more aerodynamic. I'm like, that's not true. Like I throw a baseball, if it's a stick, it's gonna go faster. No, it's a ball. What sport? Where do I get a an object that it's like a stick and I gotta throw it? And nobody has that sport anywhere in the world. Like the frisbees,
Yeah, I'm a bit weird. I don't have any fear with air travel.
Well, it's not fear. It's durability, so that we don't have to remanufacture the planes like every 30 years, Felix. So we put 5 engines, right? And we put like more block design, like a rectangular block, and make it stronger and with more wheels, like 10 sets of wheels, or 10
I think
wheels.
it's even because I've flown like little R-22 helicopters and stuff like that.
Yeah, you have enough experience where you're confident. Nothing ever has happened. Man, same thing with me. When I sit in an airplane or a helicopter, I feel safe. It feels like I'm on the ground still.
Well, we had like when I was learning to fly a helicopter, you gotta learn to fucking land a helicopter with the fucking engine shut down and everything like that, and
Yeah, of course. That's how you start, right?
use the rotor blades to learn,
Yeah,
and
I
get the
know.
right fucking trajectory and shit.
Yeah, well, I still got to transfer my pilot license somehow to Vietnam too. Because eventually the Cameron airport here is probably going to need me and probably some of my family. My dad's worked on airports before, like back in the 80s always, or 90s. And
Well, I don't have a fixed wing license, so
yeah, but you can always get one.
that's what I was
It's not
planning to
hard.
do after. That's what I was planning to do after this fucking breakdown,
Yeah, the corn.
lockdown.
Yeah,
Is go start studying
yeah,
the fixed wing license.
yeah. Everybody who wants a pilot license should get one who can't, and or at least a co-pilot license. You know what I mean? It's good to have at least 3 pilots. I trust that more. So yeah, I have 2 uncles that got their licenses. My oldest uncle is actually an uncle-in-law. He got his during the Vietnam War here, and he was actually trained as a pilot for South Vietnam over in the U.S. So there's actually a photo of him
Yeah,
in his house, yeah, um, whatever, in a air, what do you call it, Air Force jumpsuit in front of a fighter jet plane. So, or or single as I call it. But yeah, like I have to finish my licensing and I actually want to charter or rent some private jets to get into here because we had to fly all the way to Saigon. Now, at first, when we used to like to visit there and eat there, but after like 12 times, Felix, and the extra like 10-hour bus ride up, it's a bit of a pain. We fly over the city, and every time, we have a GPS map on the plane, which but we can see the city. I actually see like
yeah.
almost my house from the sea. I'm like, my God, if I had a parachute, I could just jump and be there and save 20 hours. Like I almost want to take it. Like just here, put the parachutes on the box too. Here, toss them first. Goodbye. I'm going down. Thank you. But I could land on the beach. I could probably, if I could float, I could land in the ocean. There's like a giant rice field next to here that's like 50 acres at least. I could land in the rice field and still get home faster, even if I walk. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
let alone if I got a car out here, I'd just call a taxi or something. I could still do it. But yeah, I wish because the Cameron Airport is able to land like a 747 here. And if the runway is a little too narrow, they can extend the runway. Because around the airport, and there's another airport in Trang City, Felix. That used to be a small Air Force, U.S. Air
You'll
Force.
be amazed what some of these pilots can fucking land on. You know, you
I
got
know.
some really good pilots there.
I know, but I can't do that move yet. I'm not gonna try it with a passenger full of people. Felix. Like I can do the move, but I don't want to risk, damage to the airplane. But that goes onto my license record too. You know what I mean? Like your accident record is a real thing on airplanes too. So,
Yeah.
yeah, you don't want to do damage, but you can land pretty large jets here. I've taken a flight. So a full 747, 737 easily lands by itself, but they do need to extend the runway a little and then build another airport. But the other part is the vertical landing system on the airplane needs to be finished too. Like the Harrier has them and helicopters do it all the time, but we need that same system on the jet planes. So it'd be easier to land sometimes vertically and take off vertically, you know what I mean? We get off the runway faster. So, and sometimes in bad weather or hard winds, we need that extra boost to keep the plane more stable, cut through the resistance, So that's a whole aerospace tech thing. My main job at first was avionics, but I was always interested in the engines, Felix. So, yeah. So I just haven't got to work on those yet, but I hope I can customize a plane and make a good prototype. It works perfect, to be honest. So, and then retire it on my property someday. Be like, that's the plane I made. The very first prototype. I don't know what I would call the plane. So, I guess it would have my family's last name. They'd be like, wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. If I was going to work towards something, I'd be working towards using drone technology to make a single seater or a double seater. Personal aircraft first.
Yeah, those are fun.
I think that'll be the go these days, and be able to fit it out the body with solar panels and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, my God.
So
if you can get the solar panels to work, even if you're on the ground only, you don't even need to work them in flight. Because at night there's no wind, and in flight it might be hard to use. But just on the ground, you could recharge all the electronics. It would save a lot of wear and tear, and be safer too. So it'd be cheaper.
Yeah, I was just.
But you could use it for cooking,
thinking,
lighting.
Personal, build something personal flight. Give it a range of probably 500 k's. So you're just doing short distances in the day.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And then when you can, get that technology working, then you work on your battery cells and that.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you can extend your range. After that, then extend the passenger capacity and load capacity, but that I wouldn't have time to start designing something like that for fucking maybe 5-10 years at the moment. How shit's going.
That's still about the same as what Boeing went through. By the time Boeing started the company and when they actually produced a passenger jet plane, it was probably at least 50 something years later. So you'd be a lot earlier than John Boeing or whoever created Airbus. It took them longer to do it. So you'd be ahead of the game, man.
I think I got different sort of plans. I want to get out of this side of the range and get onto more towards the east coast and find a decent property and then build a house the way I want to build it.
Yeah, I told you, I can help you with every.
That as well that you got to work on. So you got all those things first. So realistically, I wouldn't be. Yeah. You wouldn't be sitting down designing it. I personally wouldn't for at least another Minimum 5 years, I think.
Yeah, I'd
Because I'm
understand that.
pretty sure I'm gonna have 2 years of fucking around before I can actually get a proper settlement here and in the Philippines.
Yeah, you gotta worry about your financials first so that you have the funding. I understand.
Oh no, just getting the right properties and building the buildings and then getting travel plans all sorted so that they're regular times a year and having structure for the kid and you know and everything like that as well. And once you get all that into place, then you can sort of work on other things.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
I already got a basic design in my head of what I'd build to start off with, but you know, to be able to have the time to spend on it,
Well, you can still like
I'm
write your
looking.
basic details of what you want on your custom airplane or other transport, just here and there. That's what I do now. But for me, the timeline's
I'm
faster
looking.
because I already have a customized house that's already almost completely done. I mean, that's what I live in
Well, I'm
Texas. So
looking minimum.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm looking minimum 5 years because
yeah,
I'm
no,
looking
that's gonna
like
take
at
you.
least 2 years of fucking around with this corona shit and then sorting
Oh
things
shit.
out the missus and getting regular travel plans and all that in place and
Yep.
structure for the kid. Once I get all that done, then find a decent property there to build and find a decent property here to build. And I want to basically do a mirror house build. So the same sort of house I build here is the same sort of house I want to build there.
Right. Sorry,
So
I'm still on my second account. Somebody destroyed two of my ships. The only thing that's still not destroyed is my VOC and a level 30 swarm system. So, and I just put up an 8 hour P shield, but like, I think I want to move my base back down. So, today I have Galactic Sheriff, so. Also, I still want to do some data mining so I can get the last shards from Marla, you know? So,
yeah, the Galactic Sheriff you can finish in probably half your dailies.
yeah. Well, all the
That's
data.
right, you don't do 2 sets. Yeah.
Yeah, my dailies for the day. I meant to do it today, but I missed it with the all the delays I've had today. So including my computer
Because
hardware
my
issues.
dailies are two factions, so it's almost like running fucking two accounts.
Yeah, no. Uh, Combined, your efforts are the same. Maybe that's why you get so many points during the events. Let's look at the event. If Felix is gonna beat me, this is embarrassing because I'm actually Scottie Pippen now, and he's Michael Jordan. So I use that comparison. I know some people are like, "Who the heck are those guys?" They were the
Yeah,
two.
but you gotta, when you look at that, if you combine both the accounts together, you'll be higher than me.
Some days, not every day. It depends on when. You know what I mean? So, what is the one where we can see our alliance members thing? Like, which event would that be? Let's see, I'm trying to. I'm looking at.
Probably the ALB monthly or something like that.
Yeah. See, I can't. It's weird on my third account. I got some points for like the Borg effort thing, war effort or whatever.
Yeah,
But like the first two accounts, I don't have any points on that at all. It always stays at
yeah,
zero.
I haven't got any points for it either because you don't have the VDAR up yet.
Yeah, you got to get the Vidar, and then you actually have to defeat Borg armadas or something, and collect those. It's
Um, even I think even Borg ships and Borg probes and that will count.
Yeah, it says collect Borg war effort points. I think it's always those red ones that are collected, right? Like
Yeah.
there's multiple red ones, so it's kind of confusing. This is like the first time we've run this one. Like in the rank, like the alliance ranking one is the one you see the little my alliance members, and you see the points, which is kind of cool. It's like your team points. So, like this is Galactic Sheriff, SLB. Anything with like these three-letter abbreviations are usually like team related. So, this one might be individual. I can only find an individual one. See, this is in it. Oh, Torrance is at the top. 305,000 for Galactic Sheriff. Wow. So we got a former OPM member, and we did not trade him. I wanted him to stay. You guys would be like, he traded him. No, he didn't. I asked him what I could do to make him stay, but he wanted to try this other alliance. So yeah.
Yeah.
So good luck, Torrance. You're doing really good in this one. But we got to beat.
At least
We
he's
got to
done
beat you
decent
next
thing
one.
and told ya.
Yeah, he did. He's very polite. He works hard on that. Always communicates with me almost every time he's online. So he's one of our best guys, and has overall, if there was like hours, points, effort, scores, he'd be like in our top 10 of all time probably. You know what I mean? So. First,
Yeah, like, I don't give a fuck if people leave or come or whatever, but if you're gonna go, at least, message someone to say, gonna go to a different alliance, or whatever. And then you know. Instead of just fucking disappearing and not saying nothing to nobody.
yeah. Yeah, some guys are just so quiet, like that Iron She guy. I don't think I've ever had more than one or two lines from him, you know? So. I don't know if I should stay up in Romulan space tonight, Felix, because, like, the only reason I'm up here is so that I could run the main reason is to run that Alliance help thing easier. Because when I go out against like 26s, right? I think I'm like in a level 26 Romulan space. I can actually, just leave and the automatic fighter will take care of it. You know what I mean? I don't have to like target. I don't have to worry about. And maybe I'll destroy the ship and have to hit a second one and waste like another minute doing the second ship. So we're close to a minute. So yeah. So maybe I'll just stay here for the night, but it'll make it. The problem is from this system down to like augment space, right? It's like an extra 2 minutes of warp time. So I'm a little farther from everything I'm usually closer to. I'm closer to Red Ore now. So. This account's really low on Red Ore. I think it's down to like less than 100k now. I might have only like 88,000 left. But I don't really care if it runs down to zero or whatever. I'll worry about it later, whatever. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Should I just leave it there? I don't know. If I put it in Vament, it's easier to watch, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can view it right away,
You just gotta watch out for Wally the dickhead.
I'm pretty sure these two ships that was destroyed is him. Or somebody. We know. Captain Star. It's the other one that likes to hit this account. Now let's look at this just for the sake of thoroughness. As we keep mentioning him, people are like, hey, who the heck's Wally? Yeah, it's him. One's Wally, the other guy's an ENT guy. Interestingly, it's not both Wally. Ensign Medium David. So, he's hit me a few times before.
Just gonna say that sounds familiar for you.
Yeah, it's not my first hit from him. So, and he actually offered to help me, but he's an ENT member. So, you would think, like in your 30s, if you're ENT, you wouldn't need to do that stuff. You know, you'd be too busy winning the events and getting your award. I don't know how they have extra time to go and hit mining ships just floating around. But you have to search for them, and then you gotta crew up for that, and then target, and then warp in and warp out. You know what I mean? It's like hours a week, you know, to do that crap. So. No, I think I'm gonna move my systems back together just to make it easier to watch, so I don't have to worry about it tomorrow. Yeah, and it's help me. All right, so to be
Yeah,
prudent.
I'm crashed in mate. It's nearly 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it's almost 2 a.m. So, well, thanks for being with me in the game.